before I left, see you next Tuesday. Because I couldn't get my mind around the fact that I wouldn't have one more shot at it, you know. Whatever I forgot today, I would say the following Tuesday. Except that next Tuesday didn't come because he died. And in fact, the following Tuesday was his funeral. So we really need to grab these days while we can, and that's sort of the message of this book. And it's very appropriate for anybody in your family. It doesn't have any curse words, so kids don't have to worry about it. It doesn't have any pictures, but well, actually it does have some pictures. And I'll tell you a story about the last picture, and then I'll start signing books. There's a picture on the back of the book of a little boy wrapped up in a mummy costume. And that is actually me when I was 6 years old. And in the book, a lot of this book is autobiographical, even though it's a novel. A lot of the stuff that happens to Charlie when he's a little boy actually happened to me. And that story is in the book, and I put the picture there to give people some visual proof of the fact that there was some truth to it. Because when I was 6 years old, my mother decided that instead of spending the $1 on a Halloween costume, she was going to make my Halloween costume, and I was going to be the mummy. And the way she was going to make me the mummy was to cut up a bunch of old white rags and wrap them around me one at a time and put a safety pin in each one of them, and then wrap all that around with toilet paper, and then wrap that around with Scotch tape. And if you look at the picture, it's not that bad a mummy costume if you stand perfectly still. However, in my little town where I grew up, they used to take us in the morning. You had to come to school in your Halloween costume, and then they would take you on a Halloween parade around the neighborhood, right? I don't know if they do that up in East Lansing. And you used to have to wave at everybody and all that. So we go out on our little parade, and about 1 block out, the skies open and it starts pouring rain. And I don't know how many of you have ever taken toilet paper out in the rain, but I start melting and molting, and all my rags start falling off my face and down to my ankles. And my mother, for some reason, thought it'd be a great idea if I wore my pajamas underneath this whole thing. And so by the time I get back to the schoolyard, I'm this sogging wet mess of melted toilet paper and hanging rags. I'm half naked in my pajamas. The kids have been laughing at me for 3 blocks. And I see my mother, and she puts her hand up to her face in shock. And I point at her and I say, "You ruined my life." I was 6 years old. I didn't have a life, you know. But that's what kids do to their moms, right? And this is very much a story about a son and a mother, and all the times that the son doesn't stand up for the mother, and all the times that the mother stands up for the son and loves him unconditionally. And believe me, if you're a mother, you want to give this book to your kids. And if you're a kid, you better give this book to your mother, because by the time you're done, you have great appreciation for that. And I was lucky in that, you know, Tuesdays with Maury died before I was ever able to write the book. And in the 5 People You Meet in Heaven, my Uncle Eddie died before I was able to write the book. And this is the first book that I was able to give to the person who inspired it. In this case, it was my mother. And say to her, you know, hey, read this. This has a lot of, you know, things that I never got a chance to say maybe when I was growing up. And so it's sort of my hope that people will do the same thing with this book.